Gauranga Das Prabhu joining us this evening is the governing body commissioner of ISKCON and the director of the ISKCON Govardhan Eco Village Global Duty Officer of ISKCON. Gauranga Das Prabhu ji.
Namaskar.
Namaskar. Now, Muhammad Yunus is saying that you are a fundamentalist organization. And this is the view of the Attorney General, the Bangladesh government, that you are a fundamentalist organization and they are preparing to act against you like they would act against a fundamentalist / terrorist organization. How are you planning to respond to this? You are a global organization. I'm sure you have some clout, some global connections to respond to this. Your priests are in jail. Mohammed Yunus wants to declare you a fundamentalist organization. What are your options? What are you planning to do in response?
We have expressed our serious concern and we strongly denounce the recent arrest and also condemn the subsequent violence and attacks against the Sanatanis in various regions of Bangladesh. We have urged the government authorities to promote peaceful coexistence for the Sanatani community, and our demands to the government of Bangladesh and the relevant authorities is to identify and hold accountable those responsible for the attacks on the Sanatani community, protect the civil rights of Chinmoy Krishna and other Sanatanis, and implement immediate and effective measures to maintain peace and harmony amongst all the communities in the country. And we have reached out to the government of India also, and the Ministry of External Affairs has been very supportive, PMO has been very supportive, and they have assured all kinds of protection and support. And as we speak, a lot of direct intervention and support is being done from their side to make sure that the protection is given on the ground. So we, as the ISKCON leadership, are closely monitoring the situation, and we also realize that as a leading Sanatani organization within the Gaudiya Vaishnav tradition, the ISKCON in Bangladesh is dedicated to safeguarding the religious freedom and the rights of the minorities, including Hindus, Buddhists, Christians, and others. And therefore, we have consistently urged the interim government and other leaders to ensure constitutional protections for the minorities.
But the interim government won't do that. The interim government has to appease the Muslim fundamentalist groups. They have to appease the Jamaat-e-Islami. They are under pressure. They've done nothing. We have seen videos where Muslim fanatics are calling for killing of people associated with ISKCON. If the government wanted to do anything, they would have. But they have taken sides. Your appeal will have to be maybe global and not to Muhammad Yunus. Muhammad Yunus is with the terrorist groups, with the jihadis. He's taken sides in this. What can you do globally?
We can definitely appeal to the different global leaders across the world, and we are in consultation with the government of India and the Ministry of External Affairs on how to do that. The UN and the peacekeeping missions and the various fundamental rights of human rights commissions across the world, we would reach out to all of them, and we may make an appeal how our rights in Bangladesh need to be protected. We are definitely present in more than 150 countries across the world, and across the world, all the different nations are aware of how harmonious our relationships are with the local people. And definitely that goodwill has been a very strong force behind us. And I'm sure with the diplomatic efforts of the Indian government, things are definitely going to improve.
Can you specify what diplomatic efforts are you expecting the Indian government to push towards?
The Ministry of External Affairs, along with the consul generals and the embassies and the missions in Bangladesh together, would be able to have a dialogue with the current government and administration, because at the end of the day, ultimately, there is a government in place, there is an administration in place, the police, the military, they are all in place in Bangladesh under a certain hierarchy, and therefore we are quite hopeful that peace will prevail and unity will prevail, and ISKCON Bangladesh remains devoted to peaceful coexistence and promotion of human values. And we hope that the government and relevant authorities will recognize this situation. They will take peaceful actions to restore harmony and guide the nation towards communal unity. And across the world, if the world leaders and the Hindu voices come together and also bring this to the attention more and more, I'm sure it's going to have a tremendous impact.
Chinmoy Krishna Prabhu was arrested at Dhaka airport, stopped from leaving Bangladesh and taken to an undisclosed location. And the charge against him was that he was hoisting a saffron flag. In your view, was that an act of sedition? What was the purpose, in your view, of hoisting the saffron flag? Was that aimed at questioning the sovereignty of Bangladesh, or is this something that you have traditionally done and had nothing to do with the sovereignty of Bangladesh?
Saffron has always been a sign of dharma, and that particular flag was being raised by Chinmoy Krishna and others as a matter of supporting the Sanatani Dharma tradition, and as representative of the Bangladesh Sammilito Sanatani Jagaran Jyot, and being a Bangladesh citizen, Chinmoy Krishna has always been a vocal advocate for the protection of minority groups in the nation. And it is essential to uphold his right to free speech and to support his efforts to encourage others to defend this right. And ensuring justice and fair treatment for him is crucial. So therefore, yes, the saffron flag represents dharma. Saffron is a symbol of fire, and fire is something which always goes up, and it represents both renunciation and how transcendental knowledge uplifts your consciousness. And I would say that very soon this kind of justice needs to be brought for Chinmoy Krishna Das and other Sanatanis, and the minorities need to be protected at any cost.
Well, I thank you very much. You have a battle ahead, Gauranga Das Prabhuji, but we are here to support you. I thank you very much, and thank you for coming this evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so
Gauranga
much.
Das Prabhu, Governing Body Commissioner of ISKCON. I'm joined by Smita Prakash, and who well-known senior journalist from ANI.